Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria,
And I'm Rosetta.
and as we always say, in the spirit of love and kindness, please be conscious with your action. Be kind, be loving, be open, be receptive.
Thank you for that reminder every week, Gloria. Appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for another one of our chats. We really appreciate you. And if you're new, welcome to our channel. We are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. And before we get going, we just want to remind you that if you like our chats every week, don't forget to hit that thumb icon. That shows that you like it. Consider subscribing to our channel and you can hit that bell notification. I have the
Ding, ding,
bell.
ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding, ding. So you'll be the first to be notified when our chats are ready to be viewed. Right. Our
ding.
teas today. So, because Gloria and I are not together, we have two teas that we're going to be talking about. And my first tea is a new one, and it is called, it's by Allegro tea, and it's organic happy tummy herbal tea, soothing
Mm,
ginger and mint. And it
mm,
looks like this. There you
yummy.
go. And the ingredients are organic peppermint, organic ginger, organic cinnamon, organic dandelion root, and organic spearmint. So that's what it is. And it's from Whole Foods. It's caffeine free. So it's Allegro tea, organic happy tummy. All
Yay.
right. And Gloria, what do you have today that you're drinking?
Okay, now you know we love the Tulsi teas. So today
Yes.
we are having the organic Indian Tulsi lemon ginger,
Your
two of
favorite
my
is
favorites,
lemon.
two of my favorite flavors. The ingredients are a proprietary organic blend of organic ginger, organic Tulsi, which is the holy basil blend, and that is a combination of holy basil and East Indian basil and organic lemongrass leaf. That's it. I
Nice,
love it.
nice, nice. A lot of
Yeah.
teas are using that holy basil for some
Yes.
reason, and I'm not really sure what it's meant to taste of.
I know they talk about the blend a lot,
Yes,
but
they
when
do.
you open it, it smelled amazing.
Yes, and so does mine. And I've had mine seeping for a bit, and I can't wait to try it. So everyone, cheers,
Cheers.
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 Mine is very pepperminty because it has peppermint as the first ingredient and spearmint as the last ingredient. So that's what it is.
Oh, mine has a little bit of lemon. It's more of the holy basil and the basil blend. However, I still love it. It's
And
very,
when we're
very good.
back together, we'll have to try each other's tea.
Yes, we will be bringing this back with me and we will have some real soon. Okay. So, as we always start off our chats, we send our thoughts and prayers out to the universe. The entire galaxy needs love and support. We need more consciousness. We need more kindness and joy and peace. We need a lot of peace right now. So, we also want to highlight October is breast cancer awareness month. It's very, very important that we as women and young women continue to take care of ourselves. Make sure we do our breast exams. Make sure we go and get our mammograms annually or semi-annually, whatever the cycle is. Make sure you're doing that because that's really important to take care of yourself. And just be aware. It's something that it's still one of the highest fatality rates in the world. So
Yes.
we have to continue to be very open and conscious.
Yes. And if for women that have just a quick tip, if you have very dense breasts, as a lot of women do, sometimes a regular mammogram doesn't work. So what you want to do if you want to be very diligent is there's a company called Her Scan, and they actually do it where if you have breast tissue, then it goes deeper than that. But it's not covered by insurance. That's the only thing. But
Yeah.
you have to pay a little bit, but it's more, I think it's like a 3D. So it goes
Yes.
deeper and it allows you to see more. So that could be an option. And it's called Her Scan.
Yes. And you can also, when you go to your doctor's office, let them know I have dense breasts and I would prefer an MRI to a, typical standard, the mammogram process of squeezing the life out of your breasts. So you can also be your advocate in that case. All right. So do the right thing. Now, I would also like to acknowledge that today we heard the passing of Richard Roundtree. Richard Roundtree was the first Black man to ever be on the big screen, and his character was Chef, John Chef. The soundtrack won Grammys. Isaac Hayes did the soundtrack. It was just an amazing time for Black people in America, because prior to that, you never saw a Black man on a screen. He was the first. And very recently, I'd say within the last 10 years, Samuel Jackson reprised the role of Shaft. And he was the nephew of Richard Roundtree's original Shaft.
Oh,
And then he
really?
had a
Did not know
son.
that.
Yes, and then he had a son, and the three of them had these red velvet suits on walking in the streets of New York. It was really, really cool. However, just to acknowledge that was a hard thing for him to do. And he always kept that swagger. He was a very well-dressed man. So Google him and learn about his legacy, because his character will live on forever and ever. So
Wow. Thanks for that bit of information. Did not know.
yes. And, when his movie came out, a lot of, I don't know if the word is illegal, but Black people were not allowed to go into a movie theater and sit down and watch a movie. They had to go upstairs to the balcony. So it was a really, really trying time. And also because he was a Black man, and with segregation and all of that, they wouldn't let the movie play in all the theaters. So it was a lot of drama, and he lived through all of that. So great job, Richard Roundtree. May you rest in peace. So let's get into our chat for today. First thing we're going to talk about is Dancing with the Stars. Did you watch it? What did you think? This is the emotional week where they pick a time in their life and then they dance to reflect that time.
Yes, it was called My Most Memorable Year, and everyone picked a year that they related to or something that was like a life-changing event. So we had many of the pairs, well, all the couples actually chose one year. And quickly just going over, Mira Savino chose 2004, giving birth to a daughter.
Yes.
Ariana Maddox chose 2023. And I was thinking when she said, I'm like, she's young to choose
Yes.
2023. That's very young, because that's when she caught her ex cheating with her friend,
Her best friend, not just a friend, her best
her
friend.
best friend. And Charity Lawson chose 2022, dealing with infidelity, another one with the
Yes.
ex. Alison Hannigan chose 2003 because she did it for her husband, because that's when she got married, and sorry, when she had her I think it was her child, right?
I think it was her
And
daughter.
her
She had her
daughter.
daughter.
Yes, her daughter. She had a daughter, so that was it. And then Harry Jowsey, 2020. That's when his show, because I guess he's not from the US, Too Hot to Handle came out, and he was living the life, partying and drinking. And then who else was there? Jason Mraz did 1999, living in Farmville, Virginia. And he decided to take a road trip to California because he thought he had bigger and better things to do than be a janitor in a school. Who
Yes.
else is there? Lele Pence, 2020. That was her year. She released a docu-series on mental health. I did not know that, and I'm going to try and do some research on that because we're always talking about mental health and how we can support people with mental health and what you can do if you have it, how to get help. So that was a good one. Then we had Sochi, who's the Marvel, the first. She was the
Yes.
first Latina superhero. So
Yes.
2021 was her year. Then Mauricio was 1996, year of the change, because that was a year that he was living in a condo with his wife, with his kids,
2 kids.
2 kids, and he felt that he was a terrible dad. And
Yeah.
his wife said, "Well, you like to do real estate, so why don't you just do something different?" So that's when his career started in the real estate industry. But what really got me was they did a tribute this season to
To
Len
Lynn.
Goodman.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to ask you for your input on that, and then I'll tell you mine, Gloria.
That to me was so beautiful to see the pros. Um, I knew that Lim had been around for a while. I didn't know that, like, say, when Derek and Julianne were 10, that he was also in the industry and they got to see him and be judged by him. And they talked about it. Um, it was very, very heartfelt to see these masculine people. Bruno lost it. He couldn't control himself. Carrie Ann had to console him. I love the young dance segments that they showed of Lim dancing. So you got to see, why he was so persnickety about dance and how he would be, don't be fluing around and fluffing and all of that. I knew that he had a good relationship with some of the pros. However, seeing like Derek really loved him. And the tears, you could feel the love as they would do their holds, and the routine that was choreographed was beautiful. I loved all of it. I thought it was spectacular.
It was so emotional and touching. And I thought that was, if Len was still alive, he would
Yes,
have cried for that routine, that whole routine. And that was done by Jenna and Val. They put that together. And I
yes,
thought that was just such a perfect and fitting routine to just honor Len. And I'm
yes,
telling you, I was just filled with emotion and I cried. I
yeah.
had tears coming down my
I know,
I couldn't stop that. I was watching it and crying. And I
I
was
know.
like,
It was
"Oh my
beautiful.
God, that was so gorgeous,
Yes,
amazing, and just so heartfelt." And I'm
yes,
telling you, Jenna and Val did an amazing job
yes,
choreographing that routine. It was the
yeah.
best waltz ever. And to do it with everyone, and just, I was trying to look to pick out all the old timers that had come back. But
Yeah,
you know what I wish they had done? I wish they had actually highlighted some of the old time dancers.
yes,
That would have been nice to see them, even though they
yes,
did some behind the scenes interviews and they showed that before the dance. I wish they had shown more of the dancers that were now no longer dancing, because I would
right.
love to have
Like
seen
Cheryl
them.
Burke, like Cheryl, the fact that Derek won 6 times, there's some amazing film and there's some amazing critique because, even Derek was critiqued by Lemon. He was like, didn't love it, didn't like it, didn't feel it, kind of thing. So that was really good.
Yeah, so I'm keeping that episode. I'm going to rewatch it because I love it. It was just sheer joy and just so emotionally heartfelt. This week was so
Yes,
good. And they
yes,
actually announced in 3 weeks, Billy Porter will be joining them. And it's going to be a Whitney Houston night. So I'm so
yes.
excited. It's going to be amazing. Can you imagine?
Yes, because I know Billy is going to sing Whitney. He's not going to
Really?
be on there. I would be surprised if he was on it and didn't sing something, even if he just does it from his judging chair, because that's just Billy. That's what he does.
Oh, it's
So
going to
that
be
was
amazing.
very,
So 3 weeks from now, all
yes,
stay tuned because it's going to be an amazing night and a tribute to Whitney. Can't wait.
yes. Well,
And
I loved some of the dances that were really highlightful for me. Myra and Gleb. and she had her daughter Metro join. I mean, I thought that was beautiful because her daughter took ballet and she could incorporate that into the dance. I love that.
That was so touching. I loved it though. I didn't know that they were going to do that, and it really was amazing to see.
It was a nice surprise. I love Charity got her 10. I was so
Yeah.
happy that Carrie Ann gave her a 10. And I agree with Carrie Ann. I could emotionally feel. I mean, he had to, that was Charity and Autumn. And Autumn had to break her down and make her show her emotions. That was that. I mean, you
Well,
could just
using
feel it.
that equipment they had, I was
Yes,
floored by how amazingly well she did on it, because I can barely do that kind of thing just on the floor, let alone get up on this high, like
yes,
bar beam thing, and then have to lean back and do that truss fall. That
yeah.
must have, you could see that she was shaking, she was nervous, she was like, in her face, she seemed very, I don't know what to say. You could tell that she was very aware, and so much emotion
I
was flooding over her.
yes. And I like how Derek says, I hate when people use props and they don't do anything with them. They just put the prop up and then they come down. And he said, for you to do what you did, that was amazing. So
It was.
I love that. Let's see, Allison and Sasha. I love how she dedicated hers to her husband. And that was very emotional because they had just celebrated their 20th wedding anniversary.
I loved the
Um,
song they danced to.
Yes. I mean, it was just really, really beautiful.
Perfect by Ed Sheeran.
Yes. And it was a perfect dance. But I mean, we recommend, because we can go on and on and on because I've got pages. We recommend that you go in and look for it on YouTube and watch it because it was spectacular. It was one of the
I
best.
was very shocked at who was the one that did the Barry Williams, who did the
Barry
Paso
Williams.
Doble.
Yes. Yes.
That was a really good Paso Doble. He
For
wasn't
his
shaky.
age, to
Yes,
go from
he
last week, remember he got sixes and he
yes.
gets back up to eights. It was, it was really good.
And he wasn't shaking. You know, like some people when they do the passe doble, they're weak and they kind of
Yes,
shake, or they don't
yes.
hold their stances
The frame,
strong, the
right.
frame strong. He was very strong, and you knew that he was all in it, put all his effort into it. So
Yes.
I
Yeah.
was doubtful, but now I'm very hopeful because he's doing very well and I commend
Yes.
him.
So I was very shocked when Myra and Gleb were let go. I know that this is a popularity contest in some means because it's not just based on the dance. Because I'm trying to think, what is the young man that's the social media guy? He
Who was he
he's
with?
not
Who's
on
his
his
partner?
toes. He's the one guy that's European. I think he's from the UK. Remember the blonde guy? Like I
There
love
isn't
how
one from, you mean the one with Arnold, Lindsay Arnold's sister?
yes,
Oh, that's
yes,
Harry Jowsey. He's from,
yes,
I think, Australia or New
yes,
Zealand or something.
Australia. I think he
Yes,
is.
so
And
he was, yeah.
yeah, for me, his dance was, I mean, I think Myra did a better job. Just me personally.
I think Mira did a better job, and I'm shocked. And you're right,
Yeah,
it is a popularity contest, not
yeah,
about how good the dance was. So I feel
yeah,
sad that Mira Savino left because she showed a lot of potential and she put her
yes,
all into it.
yes. And we want to make sure that Sasha, no, Sochi Gomez.
So
We'll
she,
make sure we get
yes,
that. She did a fabulous job, and she used this dance because this was a song she wanted to do at her quinceañera, and she didn't
yes.
get to do it. She looked like a princess. She did an amazing job, and she also received a 10. Her and Charity are tied at the top of the leaderboard. So it was a great night, a great
And
night.
Maurizio did a pretty good job as well, which was a
Yes.
surprise. He did very well, and he's doing well.
Yeah, he really is. So all in all, it was very, very good.
And
So
next
going,
week, stay tuned because it's going to be Halloween night.
yes, they're already getting the ghouls and goblets ready for action. So let's talk a little bit about Bachelor in Paradise. So last week I had shared that I think Kate is kind of certifiable. I'm going to double down on that. I mean, I think that her consciousness is like, girlfriend,
Which one is that?
Kate is the one that was with Brayden in the beginning, and then
Oh,
she
Cat,
went on
Cat.
Cat. Sorry, Cat. And then she went on a date, and then she comes back, and she's all over the new guy, and she treats Brayden like he's like chopped liver. And then she says, someone asked her, and she goes, "Did I do anything wrong? Is anything wrong? Am I wrong?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're wrong. You know you're wrong." So they had that. They had the truth box this week. What did you think, Rosetta?
Oh, a lot of drama. They had the truth box, and yeah, what happened was someone didn't like that and decided that they wanted to smash the truth
Just
box.
smashed it to the ground.
Yes. So Will was reading stuff from the truth box, and someone smashed it. I don't know who it was. One of the guys, I forget his name.
Yeah.
I get him mixed up with the
Yes.
characters. And he said, let's read them all because there was facts about them, and some of the truth came out. Said some truths were Tana should watch out for Cat.
That's right. Because if she will drop Brayden, she's going to eventually drop him too.
Yes, Rachel should make out with Brandon. Cat
Which she
played
did.
Brandon. Her cat played Brandon.
Yes.
Again, Brandon
For
and Rachel.
Rose.
Another one, and Rachel should make out. Again,
Mhm.
they said that. So there is these things that are popping up, and some of them are truths, like half true. Sometimes when you write
Yeah.
stuff in the truth box,
Right.
it's really like they want it to happen.
Well, I think the producers might stuff the truth box with a little truth, because for me, I thought Sean was an idiot. You had Rachel. She wasn't thinking about anybody else. She wasn't talking to anyone else. And then you go and say, well, I'm kind of here to kind of find, and I don't know if I really want to just stop with one girl. And he upset her. And so when the truth box said you should make out with him, I'm like, go for it, girl.
Yeah, because what happened with Sean was that he took Jess aside and was thinking that he could try and start something up with her. But
Yep.
Jess said that there would be, sometimes you just, things won't move on to the next stage. And he got turned down,
Yeah.
he, which is why he got all upset because his motive. If she had said yes, he would have gone for it. But
Yes.
luckily, Jess is still invested in Blake, which I really like. I like them as a couple.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do.
and then Brandon actually spoils it because he goes and tells Rachel what had happened. So there's this
Mhm.
whole thing, and Sean is upset with Brandon. And well, anyway, to cut a long story short, Rachel and Brandon end up hooking up, and they
Yes.
kiss and they make out.
Yes.
What else happened during this episode? Oh, Olivia, she had a one-on-one with John Henry, and she's torn between who else? Peter and John Henry. But
Yes.
I think she chooses Peter over John Henry.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
kind of sad because John Henry came late in the game.
Right.
So I always
Right.
feel bad for the bachelor or bachelorette that comes late in the game because a lot of times most of them already like starting to like form relationships and things like that. But I really do like John Henry. I think you liked him as well, right? From charity
Yes.
season.
Oh, yes. 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 I thought he was really, really a nice young man. And the thing for me, and I understand, I try and tell myself this is a dating pool. So it's not like these people have real relationships, because, they come in and they connect with someone and you think, like Kat, like she's all over Tanner. And you think, oh my God, she made a mistake in the beginning. She's corrected it. However, with her, I feel if somebody else walks on the beach with a date card, she's going to go, sure, I'll go with you. And it's like, if you're after true love, if you've been with someone on that beach for 25 days, you should, and you've been solely with them, you should not just jump up because Joe Blow comes through down the steps.
Well, that was the thing that happened to Eliza when John B came
Yes,
down. She actually went on a one-on-one date with John B. But what was
hurting
nice,
Aaron's feelings.
yes, but she did actually, before she actually said yes, she actually went and had a little talk with John B. The same with Olivia. She went and had a talk with Peter before they went on their dates. But it turns out, which is very fortunate, that Eliza had been thinking about Aaron B the whole time while she
All
was on
that
the date.
time, all that time.
So I do feel sorry for John B, but I like Eliza and Aaron B. They make
Yeah.
a good couple. So hopefully they stay strong.
Hopefully it'll stick because the last season, remember, Elijah was in the middle of two other guys. So I think this time she doesn't want to get put in that situation. And I was very
Yes.
proud that she didn't just jump up. I mean, yeah, she gave him a little kiss and all that. However, she said, I was still thinking about Aaron, and
Yeah.
I'm happy
Yep.
to be
So I
back with
like
you.
that. Very, very good. And then
Yay.
who is the girl? I think it's to remember the name of the girl that goes home because she couldn't poop. She could,
Oh, I know. I felt so bad for her.
yes.
And
It's
as
Sam. Sam is her name.
Sam. And they also told everybody she still has not pooped.
It was
It was 9 days
9 days and
before
23 hours.
yes. And still nothing. I mean, they've
Well,
tried everything. So she might have to be flown back to the States to have surgery. It's
Well, the whole time I was thinking about this, I was thinking, give her fiber, 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 fiber.
well, remember the young man that liked her, he did. He had fiber, he had fruit, he
Well,
had vegetables, you know,
well,
and she was trying to
she
eat a
needs to,
taco.
yeah. Well, it doesn't work if you do, you have to be consistent on this, right? So it
That's
can't
right.
just be overnight.
Yes,
You have
and
to
drink water. She needs to drink a lot of
a
water.
lot of water and a lot of fiber. That combination is what needs to happen. I'm sure now she's back in where in the States. I don't
Yes,
know what she's doing, but hopefully she's doing that because that is what's going to help her.
yes. I
Hopefully.
was wondering if he was going to leave with her because they were so cute together and he was trying to make her feel better. However, he decided to stay on the beach.
I
So,
don't know why. He's liking Sam and he was very upset and he was concerned
yeah,
she had to leave and he doesn't leave. I would have just left
I was
and if I
I
was
would have
him, if
said
I
I'm
really
done.
liked her, I would have
Yeah.
left and said, let's take it outside of paradise.
Yes, and let's see how this goes. However, he stayed on the beach. So, we'll have
So
more for you
there you
next
go.
week.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
All righty. Now we're going to talk about one of my new favorite shows, The Golden Bachelor. I really, compared to The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and all of that, I'm really enjoying The Golden Bachelor.
Yes, me too. I'm loving it. And as we say every week, since it's come on, it should stay on and they should have a Golden Bachelorette because
Yes,
we just love it. I mean, they've had their time. They've been married. Most of these bachelorettes that come on, obviously Jerry's been married and he's lost
yes,
his wife, which is why he's on. But the
yes,
women are not catty. There's a very different demeanor about these women. They're all very supportive of each other, except
yes,
Kathy. Kathy was not supportive of Teresa. I mean, people have their own views of
right,
Teresa, but
right,
I think that Kathy was upset and a bit jealous of Teresa because she'd already had her one-on-one and they hit it off and they have things in common and similarities.
right.
And Kathy, the zip it lady, zip it.
Yes. Well, that's what got her zip it out because, I mean, for me, on like I said last week, I still stand my ground. The relationship that he has with the ladies, it's okay to say, I had a nice time with Gary. But when you start saying, oh, he came to my room to comfort me, if you are questionable, does he like me or anything? And so, what Kathy was trying to get her to do is zip it, have your date, have your great time. I don't want to hear it because then it makes me feel like, why am I even bothering? Because he likes you more. So I understand what she was trying to say, but like let's talk about Ellen. I think Ellen is the one. It's going to be hard for somebody to take her spot. Ellen she has a nice calmness about her. So she sat Gary down and she told him, she says, I never thought I would feel this way again. I have feelings that I thought were gone for the rest of my life. She goes, I'm happy, I'm giddy, I giggle, and she goes, I'm falling in love with you. And that scares me. And then Gary sat down and he thought to himself, I haven't had a woman confess like that to me since my wife. I think Ellen is just, she's building. So while these girls are over here playing these games, there are some women who are just focused on Gary.
They're actually much further along than some of
Yes.
the other girls. But what I loved was he pulled, what's her name, Susan aside, and he gave
Yes.
her a gift of that rose quartz.
The rose
And
quartz
and she
and a
said, wow.
kiss.
She said, wow, what is this?
Yeah.
And he says it's a stone and it has it's empathy and strength. And
Yes.
these are the qualities that remind him of his ex-wife,
That's right.
Tony.
And she reminded him of her.
And it's the highest he said this is the highest compliment he could give someone. So I thought that was really nice. Now, at first I thought maybe Susan wasn't, because they haven't really connected.
Yeah.
The relationship isn't as far along as some of the other women, but
Right.
however, he notices these women. And
Yes.
for him to give her that rose quartz and say these really nice things and compliment her means that he's paying attention.
Yes.
Yes, he
Yes.
is. So
When he
Susan
did
isn't out of the running.
No, she's in there. A lot of them are still in there. I remember when Tristan showed up. Tristan, in case you all don't remember, was the first Bachelorette. She is the one season that I watched faithfully because I loved when she met her husband.
Ryan.
Initially, Ryan was just a fireman, just a regular guy. I love the fact that he wrote her a poem every day. He did things on the down low that people didn't know he was doing. I love that. He didn't talk his business with the other guys. They had no idea what he was doing. And he got the girl.
I
And
didn't
she
know he would
told,
get her. Did not know.
oh, the romanticness of him. I kept watching it. And I remember early in the season, I said, that's the one. Because he wasn't, like they would all be running to talk to her and he'd just kind of sit off to the side. And when he could get time with her, he'd read her a poem. And I thought, this man knows how to get a woman, because it's not always being in your face. It's that quiet, subtle, loving kindness. And it just warmed her over. And when they did the pickleball, which, we got to talk about that. That was so cute because I thought, here we go, pickleball. The women really got into playing the game and they wanted to win. And I remember what it was, Kathy and who won the pickleball? Kathy. Oh, Ellen and Kathy won. And it was so cute because they were like, we're going to be on the cover of a magazine. They won because they set their intentions of that's what they wanted to do.
Well, Ellen is actually a pickleball co-captain. So
yes,
she
she
was
is.
so excited when she found out it was pickleball and she found out what the prize was for the winning team.
Yes. And she said, come on, whoever my partner is, we're going to win. I love that. I love, like, some people, they couldn't hit that ball if it was a baseball or a basketball. They were swinging and just hitting air. It was really cute, but he got a chance to see a little bit of their competitiveness. So I think Gary liked that a lot. I love how he took Sandra aside and said, I understand today is your daughter's wedding. And then he FaceTimed the daughter so that she could see her daughter. That to me was very beautiful. And,
just small things like that. He just does
yes,
little touches that mean a lot to the women. And we know that he's paying attention. He understands what they're going through because they're doing things. They're here for
yeah,
him, but then outside they have their own family life going on.
exactly. And Sandra, bless her little heart, remember they played that, the ice cream,
Yes.
do and don't. Now she's lactose intolerant, okay? but she played the game, and that's why she got sick later on. People are like, why is she sick? I go, because she ate the ice cream.
Yes,
But
because
she
they
wanted
played
to be
Never Have I Ever.
ever. That's right. And there were some things that they never have I ever did. And I thought, oh, really? Oh, really? So
That
that
was,
was really cute.
I thought that was really fun. And I
Yes.
thought that was a great way to, they're just, these women are just so
Yes.
like, it's night and day compared to the Bachelor and Bachelorette.
Yeah.
They're just
But
there just to like be
to
there.
really find love.
Right, to really find love, and they're all obviously after one person, but
Yes.
it's not like how Bachelor and Bachelorette is when they're all catty and talking behind each other's back, and they're all
Yes.
about image. They're not about image and trying to look good, and
Yes.
it's just very refreshing to see something with no drama, apart from obviously you had to have the drama between Kathy and Teresa, but
Right.
now that
But that's
Kathy's
the only
gone,
drama. Yeah.
well, Kathy's gone, and April didn't get the rose either. So April and
Right.
Kathy are gone.
Yes.
So
And
Teresa's left.
then
So
Gary took Leslie on the little AV. And I
yes,
thought to
they went on a
myself, producers,
one-on-one.
yeah, that part was really cute, but they should have let her wear jeans. I mean, those rocks could have hit her legs, because Gary is zooming around. Luckily, everything turned out okay. But, they even got in a hot tub together. And I thought to myself, who would ever think that a woman over 60, even though she's in great shape, would just hop up and get into a hot tub? And, they're knocking down a lot of stereotypical falsehoods. And that's something I love
Well,
about The
Leslie,
Bachelor.
she looks young for her age.
Yes,
So initially I thought, well, they don't look really quite good together because she looks too young for him. That's
yes,
that's how I'm feeling, right?
yeah,
I don't know if other people are feeling the same way, but as the date went along and they were getting together and the relationship was getting stronger, I thought, oh, not too bad. Not too
yes,
bad.
not too bad at all. And Gary really listened to Tristan because she told him, don't be worrying about how they look and all that stuff. Find the woman you cannot live without. And that's the one that will be the one for you. And I can't remember her name. She's the one that had the little hairline fracture. She took herself home. She told him, she says, I don't think we're having a
That's
connection.
right. That's right. I forget her name.
Yes. But
Oh, yeah.
it's like, why should I stay? I'm not feeling you. You're not feeling me. I'll just go home. So that was, once again, that's something you don't see on The Bachelor or Bachelorette.
Yes. So, yeah, it's just very refreshing. And I know there are a lot of people that are saying ew to this Golden Bachelor, but I really like it. And I think the people are saying ew to this is because they're too young. They don't understand.
Right. Right. And
So,
if they just give their life a little time, they would appreciate it like we do.
yes.
Yes. So last week we talked a little bit about Jada Pickett Smith and her new book that just came out called Worthy. And in this book, she highlighted some situations in her life, things that happened. Her and her husband, Will Smith, had not been living as a married couple since 2016. Rosetta and I also commented that this is probably because at a certain point, their children wanted to be emancipated from them being their parents. And all of us on the outside kept thinking, why are you letting your child do this? You can't let your child just say, oh, I don't feel that way about you anymore. Now we know why, because if mommy and daddy are faking this whole fictitious existence, and then your friends think that you got the greatest parents on earth, and your parents are not even together. And then your mom goes out with one of your school classmates. I mean,
That was
it was
shocking.
that was very, very shocking. I mean, I understand you want to find someone who will be private. However, that's too close to home. She should have went and been with someone else. So the thing that's kind of mulling around now, a lot of people are not feeling Jada. They think that she is just trying to put the book out and do all of this for publicity. Yet when Will did a tell-all book, did no one have a problem with that? So is there a stereotypical, it's okay for a woman to do some things, but it's okay for a man to do all things? Men get a free get out of jail card, whereas they are still critiquing her because she claims that when she rolled her eyes, she was rolling her eyes about the condition and how it would negatively affect people. Whereas a lot of people think when she rolled her eyes was like, what you gonna do? Aren't you going to defend me? So this situation is still around, but the world is kind of split on, are you pro Jada or are you not?
Well, I'm just really, you know how we are. Me and Glory always talk about how it stems from top down,
Yeah.
parents down to the children, and
Yes.
how they influence their children. And I'm not, for the children wanting to be emancipated from the parents. I mean, I would be, as a parent, devastated if my child came to that thought that they want to be emancipated from me, because that means that they're completely, that's it. The tie is completely broken. No
Yeah.
financial responsibility. They're completely separate. They're going to live their life like an adult and be by themselves. I
Yeah.
think that's really heartbreaking. And I don't know. This whole thing about them being separated for so long and not having a divorce and
Yeah.
whatever, and things that you said happened. She, hooked up with one of the children's friends. I don't know. As a
Yeah.
parent, that doesn't sit well to me at all.
I agree.
I
I
mean,
agree.
we got to, we are our children's advocates and mentors, and we have to show what we want them to reciprocate, right? If we
Right.
want to mentor and have them grow as young, just like good citizens being well in the community, we got to teach them. And I don't think that's teaching them anything. And I'm just feel very sad for the children.
Yeah.
I'm all for the children. I'm all on their side because
Yeah.
they need to think about their children.
I
Period. That's
agree.
what I say.
And it helps to explain some of the things, like Willow, she's a beautiful young lady, and all of a sudden she shaves her head. And I'm like, what is going on? Why would you do that? I mean, there are wigs nowadays. You can have short hair on Monday and down to the floor on Tuesday. You don't have to do that. So that to me was a little concerning. And then they said it was because she wanted to support her mom. Or, when Jaden was modeling and doing different things, that was something else that was going on. So there are lots and lots of things that are happening to that family. And I just hope, instead of worrying about doing book tours and things like that, that there will be a way that they can come together as a family. Because she's come out and said, even though all of this, she's not going to divorce Will. They're not getting a divorce. They're going to work through this. They're going to make it work somehow. So we wish
I
you the
just
best
don't
of luck.
know. I wish them, yes, I do. I wish them the best of luck. But remember, in all this, your children are involved.
Yes, absolutely. So we want to talk a little bit, since October is about women's health awareness. We also want to talk about girl power. So you would have to be under a rock to not know that Taylor Swift and Beyonce are just knocking concerts out of the park. They are, there's been verbiage used that the two of them are collectively restoring the American economy, because people are not only going to concerts in their general location, they're flying to different states and different countries to see them because they can get the tickets a little bit more reasonable. So I think the first one I heard talk about it was Beyonce was going to do a recording of some type. However, Taylor Swift stepped up and she did a concert movie, because so many of her fans could not come to see her. They could never get the tickets. The tickets were just so outrageously overpriced. So she came up with a concert idea. And instead of working through directors and producers and all this other stuff, she went direct to AMC theaters. She set up a deal with them to host and show the film. So she sets a target release date. I think the first date was October 17th. And then what she did is she decided to have some of her favorite Swifties come to a private showing. And guess who showed up? Beyonce. Beyonce sat in the audience, the two of them it was empty, it was just the two of them. And they had like, it was like popcorn and sodas, just a typical movie thing. And I was so impressed that instead of I got mine, you get your attitude, the two girls are very, very supportive of each other. I thought that was beautiful.
I love that. I love that. And since the movie Eras has been out, there's been a lot of publicity around this because they've been positive publicity because they're talking
Yes.
about how this is like even a lot of the fans, Swifties, went to see the concert. They're actually going to see the movie and they're treating it like another concert. And they're getting
Yes.
up and dancing and having a good old
Yes.
time. So I really like it. I have not seen it yet. Um, I'm wondering if I want to go and see it in the only thing that's stopping me to go and really see it in the cinema is I don't want to be there with I don't mind if there's Swifties there. I don't want to be all these women, well,
Kids. Yeah.
kids jumping up and down and dancing and stuff. So I don't know if I
Yes.
want, I might wait till it comes
Yeah.
on maybe Netflix or something to watch it. Because I'm sure it's
Yeah.
going to be amazing as well.
Yes. Well, like there was they did some interviews of some of the young ladies that were there. And this one girl, I guess it was something, oh, she was 13. And she said, I'm going to see it 13 times. So there are lots of people, and eventually it'll cycle down to, our little theater in Campbell. I'll wait till it's there because then, for $6.50, I won't get upset. So that is very exciting. And Beyonce has one that she has recorded and she's going to be releasing to the theaters, and that's upcoming. However, one of the things that all of this brought about, there's this fantastic artist named Pink. Pink is an amazing, amazing talent. It's hard enough to sing standing up, sitting up. She sings upside down. She does aerobatic training. She has people, this woman, I was watching 60 Minutes, and I suggest you go and Google it. It's amazing. And she stood on her stomach and she goes, now sing. And she sounded just as good as if there was nobody there. It's amazing.
Yeah, she sounded just like no one was standing on her, like she was just singing, just standing up or sitting down.
Yes, it was amazing. And at one point she says, okay, get off of me. However, the clarity of her voice. Now, a lot of people don't know a lot about Pink, yet she wants to be an open book. One of the things that impressed me about Pink, she says, how can I expect you to want to connect to me when you don't know me? So everything she's ever done is open book. She had a drug problem at one time. She openly talks about it. She doesn't try and hide things or push them underneath at all. And she is having a phenomenal concert year as well. We don't hear very much about her, but she sold over 3 million tickets.
Well, the reason being, oh, sorry, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say the reason being that we're not hearing much about her is because she talks about it's about how she knows, she already says to us that she knows that she's not the typical woman, lady, like most people, because she's very like athletic, she's
Yes,
very fit, and she has short hair. So
yes,
she doesn't look like the typical woman with the hair and the flying curly hair or long hair. And she does her concerts very differently. So
yes.
she understands that, but she still wants to give her audience the best that she can give. So that's, I think that she knows why she's not having as
Yes.
much fanfare as other singers out there.
Yes. However, she is having tremendous sales. So you think about it, 3 million tickets, and this is just being facetious, $200 a ticket, that's $600 million. And we know nobody's getting in for $200 now. I have to look. I used to keep my concert tickets, and I'm going to, share them with you in one of our little sessions, because we used to get upset having to pay $29, $49 for a ticket. I can't imagine spending $5,000 for one ticket. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's crazy, and people will pay that. So the artists are still gonna ask for that, because if people are still paying, it's like demand, right? If you have the demand, why not? And people are gonna fork out that much. So
Yes.
so that's what it is nowadays. But Pink, she is amazing. Not only, is she like doing all these like keeping fit and everything, she actually schooled herself in winemaking. Did not know this.
Yes.
So she
Yes.
makes her own wines. She's amazing. And on her off days, she's like a mom. She says, just live like a regular person. And
Yep.
she is Alicia Moore, not Pink. Her real name is Alicia Moore. So that's who she is when she's not on stage. And they did show clips of her concert. It's amazing how she's up. Most of the time, she's upside down on the air,
Yes.
in the air,
Yes.
being
Woo.
tied up, swinging around and singing. And I'm like, oh my God, because now I know a little bit more about her, because I didn't know much about her. And
Right.
now I know a little bit more about her, how she originally was signed to LA Face, and they wanted
Yes.
to put her in a R&B, the first
Yes.
white R&B group, and
Yes.
that didn't work out. But then she decided to go on her own and do her own album, a little bit of R&B mixed with rock and pop, which is how she
Yes.
became who she is today. But now I
Yes.
know who she is. I'm quite interested. I wouldn't I mind going to see her concert, because it seems like
Yes.
she puts on a great show.
Yes, I completely agree. And in addition, I love the fact that, she produces her own wine. And, during the interview, she goes, I drink a lot of wine. I love my wine. And I really like that, because I have been a member of some wine clubs. And the ones that I have an affinity to is the ones that love what they do. They love the production of the wine. This is not just a business to them. This is something that's within their family. And I think that is really, really cool. And, LaFace, Babyface has always had that R&B. And I remember when she first did some songs, people didn't know, what is she, what genre does she fit in? And I love that she created her own, because she blended everything. And, for her to be able, her concerts are pretty fast paced, and she's dancing with her dancers. So there's lots and lots of great things that are going on. And I love that. I
I
love
love
it.
that. And she said that she hopes that one day she'll have a residency in Vegas, so that she doesn't
Yes.
have to keep having a moving stage all the time. Because it's
Yes.
tiring to keep moving around, tear
Yes.
down, set up. That's very, very exhausting.
That's
So
very, very
I would
hard.
love it. I mean, I don't know why she hasn't already had a residency, because she's so good.
She's phenomenal.
We
She
just
really
need to
is.
we just need to look forward to that, and I'm sure she's manifesting it, because she says
And
that's
we're
what
going to help her
she wants.
manifest.
Yes. But when that happens, then the prices shoot up for the tickets
Yes,
when they're in Vegas, because it's Vegas.
that's
So,
right.
but I wouldn't mind. I would love to go and see her, even though I don't really go and see a lot of people in concert. I've seen very few people in concert.
Right.
I'm very interested, because I've seen that interview on 60 Minutes. And if you haven't seen it, like Gloria said, you can
Check it
watch
out.
it, just Google it, and it will show that interview, and you'll be surprised. And you too, if you're not already a big fan, will want to go and see it.
Yes. So now we're going to do our tips of the day, the best part of the show. So my name's Gloria Webb Williams. My company is Ancient Stones Nurturing Natural. This is my studio behind me. I'm an all natural mineral makeup girl. And the tip of the day is, the seasons are shifting. We're going from summer into fall. It's getting a little colder outside, so it's going to feel a little drier. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. This is the time to give your face a little extra attention. What I do, as you know, as a natural girl, I love cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. I take it and I put it on my skin. I use it on my face, but I also like it on my body. It's very, very moisturizing, for lack of a better word. It actually gives my skin a different, nice texture to it. I flake. I get dry and flaky sometimes in the winter. And this is an opportunity for me. Like if, say, you're going to be home and you don't have something to do, you can just put it on and just let it slowly absorb into the skin. And then you can cleanse off any excess, apply your makeup as normal, and you'll be good to go. So right now, moisturize your skin. Always remember your SPF, sun protection, but make sure you moisturize your skin underneath that. That's my tip
And I
of the
like
day.
your tip of the day because I mean, did you hear what she said? She said always use SPF. Doesn't matter whether it is cold or windy, you have to put that SPF on. You never know, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you, Gloria.
Yes. And now for you.
Yes, I'm Rosetta Chow, and my business is Simply Health Certified Health Coach. And my tip of the day is just to remind all of you out there that if you are working out, you must also know that you need to eat well as well. It's not about working out and the weight coming off. In order to prevent future disease, you need to eat the right kinds of foods that are going to give your body the nutrients it needs. Now, I know far too many people that like to exercise, work out because they want to lose the weight. Yes, if you work out, you'll lose the weight, but it's not about weight loss. It's about how healthy are you inside your body. Are you eating the right foods that will give your body the right nutrients to have a strong immune system? And what I mean by strong immune system, it means if your immune system is strong, you know that your body is strong and you're going to live for longer, because we need a strong immune system so that we can prevent future health problems. So remember, if you are whether you're a weekend warrior or you're a whole week person that likes to exercise, remember exercise is 20% of a healthy lifestyle, 80% is what you put in your body. Are you eating the right foods? You could be skinny, but you could be unhealthy at the same
Yes.
time. So we're not
Yes.
striving to be slim or skinny, we're striving to be healthy on the inside. So that's my tip of the day as a health coach. Very important.
Excellent. 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 Couldn't have said it better, because there are so many people that we look at and they're thin and you think thin is in, and they're not very healthy. They have more health challenges than, say, a curvy girl. And you think to yourself, wow, I thought you were healthy. And they're like, oh no, I have this condition and this condition. So heed Rosetta's words. That is what's important.
Thank you.
All right. So we had another great chat. We thank you so much. We want you to know that we feel the love that you express to us by watching our videos, and we send it back to you, doubling up, bubbling over. We are so grateful for the opportunity.
Yes, we love
We
you,
are.
everyone.
Yes, yes.
Yes, thank you so much. And again, I want to remind you, we love you. So if you
Yes.
like our chats, please hit that thumb icon that shows that you like our chats. Subscribe to our channel right below here and hit that bell notification. There you go. Where's the bell? There you go. So you don't miss any of our chats. And we really appreciate you so much. Thank you. And we are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. And
And remember,
remember to always
always keep
keep smiling.
smiling.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye. Take
Bye.
care.
Till next time.